Greg Ehrenberg from OddsShopper here to break down the Tuesday NBA slate as you guys come in. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then, of course, leave me a comment below to let me know whatever it is you think about my bets. All of your support, it's always appreciated. And comment section has been hot lately. You guys have been posting some winning bets of your own in there, and then also just all of the positive support and engagement. I really have appreciated. It's made me look forward to doing these videos and reading the comments throughout the day. And as for yesterday, it was a decent slate. We ended up going 1-1 in the video. The one bet we won was a plus money bet that was on under 2.5 assists for Kristaps Porzingis. Did get off to a little bit of a hairy start because the number, 2.5, fairly low. And Porzingis actually assisted the first bucket of the entire game that the Wizards scored. And that ended up being his only assist of the entire game. So that bet ended up winning at plus money. The one losing bet was Harrison Barnes over 4.5 rebounds. I thought he was going to play a massive amount of minutes. He had 3 consecutive games of playing 37 minutes. And last night was a blowout, so he didn't quite get to the minutes that I'd projected for. But that aside, the bet probably wasn't going to win anyway because he only had 1 rebound during the time that he was out on the court and what was a blowout win for the Kings. But what put us over the top for yesterday's slate was, if you guys are in the Discord channel, I found one other bet that I really thought had good value, which was CJ McCollum to hit more 3-pointers than Kyle Kuzma. It was a line that was priced at minus 175 in the DraftKings head-to-head market, and I thought that should have been somewhere around minus 250. So it's something that stood out as really strong value to me, and that ended up winning. CJ McCollum was one of the top scorers on last night's slate. So overall, was a profitable night. And if you guys want access to that Discord channel, get into it 1 week for free by clicking on the link below. Myself and all of the other guys on the YouTube channel, we're in there posting bets in Discord, answering questions, sweating bets, and get it for free for 1 week, no risk to you at all when you sign up clicking on that link below. So if you want to try it out, check out that link. But let's talk about the Tuesday NBA slate. These are my favorite bets of the day. So my first bet of the day, it really stood out to me when I looked at some of the projections we have in BetPro over at Stokast.com, our new NBA prop betting tool, because the over-under for Jimmy Butler's points is 27.5, and we only have him projected for 20.1 points today. So this is the most positive EV bet that we have projected of the entire night. And at first glance, it looked really low to me that we only had him projected for around 20 points because the injury report for Miami Heat, Kyle Lauri's out, Bam Adebayo's out, Tyler Hero's out. But then I started looking at some of the numbers for the Heat over the last couple of years with these guys off the court. And when you take Lauri, Adebayo, and Hero off the court for the Miami Heat, over the last 2 seasons, Jimmy Butler with these guys off the court, 26.3% usage rate, and only scores 21 points per 36 minutes. That kind of leads me to think this 27.5 point prop pretty high right now at the books. When once again, you think about those numbers for Butler, he's still the go-to guy for this team, obviously, with no Lauri, Hero, or Adebayo, but that still only led to 21 points per 36 minutes. So that's where I think the under 27.5 looks pretty good. And the other thing, too, is if you just look at Butler's numbers for this year, his scoring is way down in general. Because if we look at Butler, he's still a good defender, still getting his assists, still pulling down some rebounds. The defensive stats are there. But as far as the scoring goes, it's been about as low as we've ever seen from Butler, at least in recent years, averaging 21.6 points per game. And then also, if you just look at the ceiling for his points, he's only had a couple of games the entire year where he's gone for 28 or more points. And the last time he did it was December 10th against the Spurs. So it's been a month since Jimmy Butler went for over 27.5 points. The only other time he did it this year was actually, funny enough, November 10th against the Charlotte Hornets. So only 2 games of the entire year for Jimmy Butler out of 27 that he scored over 27.5 points. So despite all the injuries for the Heat, actually, I'm going to look at the under for Jimmy Butler's points prop tonight. We are sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, and this is the easiest way that you guys can make $200, because when you sign up using our link for DraftKings Sportsbook, they pay out $200 on your first wager, regardless of if that bet wins or loses. All you have to do is place a $5 bet, and they're going to pay out $200. And here's something I think is also pretty interesting is there's some new odds boost stuff that gets posted over at DraftKings Sportsbook that you aren't going to find anywhere else. So, for example, tonight, Donovan Mitchell playing his former team in the Utah Jazz, he's got an odds boost where if he has 25 points and 3 or more threes, the bet is going to be even money as opposed to it typically being minus 160. So opt into this profit boost, and that could be the first bet you place over there. You're already getting increased odds, but in addition to that, you can get paid out $200 by DraftKings Sportsbook. So take advantage of this offer, but just make sure when you do, sign up and click on our link below to get credit for that $200 when you place your first bet at DraftKings. We have Lauri Markkanen returning to face his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. So it's actually a pretty fun game because we had Lauri Markkanen traded for Donovan Mitchell in the offseason, and now they're going to be playing against each other. And Markkanen's been one of the most improved players in the NBA. And also, if you guys have been following some of my bets since the beginning of the year, we actually do have a bet on Lauri Markkanen plus 5,500 to win most improved player of the year. So I definitely have a stake in that. Been rooting for Markkanen the entire year. And yeah, it'd be nice 55-1 if he ends up winning most improved player. And for today, I like his rebound prop. It's over under 7.5, and it's plus money on the over. And Markkanen's been playing massive minutes lately for Utah and really delivering results, particularly in the rebound department. So actually has 8 or more rebounds in 4 of his last 5 games. And then even before that, we saw him go on a pretty big run as well. 16 rebounds against the Warriors, 12 against the Spurs. We did see a recent game also with 14 rebounds against the Miami Heat. So big rebound numbers for Markkanen, and that's come along with him playing big minutes. So he has played 36 or more minutes also in 5 of his last 6 games. The one game he fell short of that was just because the game was a little bit lopsided. But considering the big minutes that we're getting out of Markkanen, the fact that already for the year, he averages 8.3 rebounds per game, I don't think it should be plus money from him to have over 7.5 rebounds. I think it should be something like minus 120 or minus 125. So good value here on Markkanen. I'm taking the over, especially at plus money. And for my final bet on Tuesday, I've got under 8.5 assists for Damian Lillard. He's in a good matchup tonight against the Orlando Magic. But after a really big start to the year in the assist department for Dame, he's kind of cooled off as of late. In his last 14 games, he's actually had 8 or less assists in 11 out of those 14. And that kind of lines up with some of the projections that we have over at Stochastic today, where we have Damian Lillard projected right around 7.5 assists. So it's a great matchup against the Orlando Magic. But at the same time, too, it's hard to reliably think that Dame is going to have 9 or more assists. And overall for the year, he's only averaging 7.2 assists per game. So I don't really think it's ever justified that we see an 8.5 assist prop for Damian Lillard. So that's going to be my final bet of the day. I don't hate Dame or anything like that, and he's been great overall for the year, one of the better offensive players that we have in the NBA. The prop is just a little bit too high. I think 7.5 is the fair number. I'm looking to take the under on the 8.5 prop. So that is my final prop bet of the day, Damian Lillard, under 8.5 assists. So recapping our bets for today, we got 3 of them on Tuesday. Jimmy Butler under 27.5 points. Then we got a plus money bet on Lauri Markkanen over 7.5 rebounds. And finally, Damian Lillard under 8.5 assists. Let me know below in the comments what you guys think about these bets. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Or just have other thoughts? Do you think I look stupid? Do you not like my haircut? Anything like that? Let me know below in the comment section. Also, before you leave, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and good luck tonight.